Hey,
Hey,
Ghost.
Ghosty.
This is Homie,
And Meep. Meep, meep.
and we're gonna read some stories for you. So I hope you're ready.
Yes.
The title: The Humbling of Homie the Humble. In the heart of a lush forest, where two Pokemon trainers, Meep and Ghost, were on a mission. The sun was shining brightly through the canopy, casting playful shadows on the ground as they trekked deeper into the woods.
Meep, do you think we'll find the rare Pokemon here? Ghost asked, her eyes gleaming with excitement.
Meep! If we do, we have to make sure it's safe, Meep replied, their voice full of concern for any Pokemon they might encounter. We don't want anyone to harm it.
As they continued their journey, they noticed something unusual up ahead. A large man with a goofy grin and an even goofier outfit was standing in their path. He had a big belly and was munching on his sandwich, his mouth full as he spoke.
Hey there, kiddos. The name's Homie. Homie the Humble. And you're about to face the greatest Team Rocket member of all time. He puffed out his chest, clearly pleased with himself.
Ghost raised an eyebrow, unimpressed. Homie the humble? That doesn't sound very humble to me.
Meep, maybe they need a lesson in humility, Meep added, their voice sweet but firm.
Homie laughed a loud, hearty sound. Oh, you think you can humble me? Ho, 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 ho. Hardy har har. Let's see what you've got. Go, Raticate! He tossed a Pokeball into the air, and out came a large, menacing Raticate bearing its sharp teeth.
Ghost stepped forward, her eyes narrowing in determination. All right, Meep, let's show 'em what we got. Go, Pikachu!
Meep nodded, their expression serious as they called out, Meep, let's do this! Go, Bulbasaur!
The battle began with Pikachu darting around Raticate, using its speed to its advantage. Bulbasaur followed suit, launching a powerful vine whip that sent Raticate reeling. Homie's confidence began to waver as he saw his Raticate struggling.
Come on, Raticate! Hardy har har! Show them who's boss! Homie shouted, but his voice lacked the usual bravado.
Ghost smirked. Looks like your Raticate isn't as tough as you thought, Homie the Humble.
Meep, maybe you should be a little less full of yourself and more caring towards your Pokemon, Meep added, their tone gentle but with a hint of rebuke.
Homie scratched his head. A sheepish grin began to spreading across his face. Maybe you're right. I've been too focused on being the best that I forgot to take care of my Pokemon.
As the battle continued, it became clear that Homie's Raticate was no match for Meep and Ghost's teamwork. With a final thunderbolt from Pikachu, Raticate was defeated.
Homie sighed, returning his Pokemon to its ball. You win, kids. I guess I've got a lot to learn about being truly humble.
Meep, it's never too late to change, Homie, Meep said with a kind smile.
Ghost nodded in agreement. Yeah, maybe next time you can be more of a friend than a rival.
Homie chuckled, rubbing his belly. Ha 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 ha, hearty har har. You know, I think I'd like that. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat together sometime. My treat.
The trio laughed, the tension easing as they walked off into the forest. The sounds of their laughter echoing through the trees. The end.
The end. Sleepy, sleepy bedtime, ghosty. The quest to save the kitten princess. One fine, silly day in the land of Meowtopia, Meep, Ghost, and Homie found themselves on a grand adventure. The kingdom was in chaos because the beloved kitten princess, Meep's dear friend, had been catnapped by a mischievous band of mice.
Meep, we have to save her, Meep exclaimed, their voice filled with determination.
Ghost nodded, her fists clenched. No mouse can get away with this. Let's go, team!
Homie, munching on a giant sandwich, nodded lazily. All right, but I hope those mice have snacks.
The trio set off on their journey. following a trail of cheese crumbs left by the sneaky mice. After a few silly detours, including a brief stop where Homie got stuck in a giant bowl of spaghetti, the group finally reached the mice's hideout, an enormous cheese castle.
Inside, the mice were having a party, dancing around the kitten princess, who was safely perched on a soft cushion, batting a ball of yarn.
Meep! Give her back! Meep demanded, stepping forward with all the authority they could muster.
The mice stopped their dancing and squeaked in surprise. You'll have to catch us first, they taunted before scattering in all directions.
Ghost rolled up her sleeves. All right, time to get serious. Pikachu, let's. Wait, wrong story. She laughed, shaking her head. Let's just grab the princess.
Homie, still holding the sandwich, gave a hearty har har, and they picked up the entire cushion, kitten princess and all. The mice, seeing their plan foiled so easily, sighed in defeat as they offered the trio some cheese as a peace offering.
Meep, we did it! Meep cheered, holding the kitten princess close.
Ghost grinned, giving the mice a playful wink. Next time, try dog napping. Cats are too smart for you.
Homie, already halfway through his cheese, simply smiled. This was one tasty rescue.
And so, with the kitten princess safe and sound, the trio returned to Meowtopia, where they were hailed as heroes. The mice, now friends with the kingdom, promised to use their cheese for good instead of mischief. The end.
The end. The Bedtime Adventures of Meep, Ghost, and Homie the Kittens. In a cozy little cottage nestled under a big oak tree lived three playful kittens named Meep, Ghost, and Homie. The sun was setting and the sky was turning a soft shade of pink, signaling that it was time for the kittens to go to bed. But these three weren't quite ready for bedtime.
Meep, but I'm not sleepy yet. Meep meowed, rolling around the soft rug in the living room.
Ghost, with her big, curious eyes, was peeking out the window. There's still so much to see outside. The stars are just starting to come out. Meow.
Homie, the fluffiest of the three, was lounging on his back, his big belly rising and falling as he purred contently. Hardy har har. Why sleep when we can have a snack? Anyone else want some midnight munchies?
But just then, their human caretaker walked in, smiling warmly at the mischievous trio. All right, little ones, it's time for bed, she said gently. We need to get our beauty sleep so we can have more fun tomorrow.
Meep pounded a little, but knew that their human was right. Meep, okay, but only if we can have a bedtime story.
Ghost's ears perked up. Ooh, yay, a story about adventure.
Homie stretched out lazily. And snacks. Don't forget snacks in the story.
Their caretaker chuckled and scooped them up one by one, placing them in their cozy little beds. She pulled the blankets up to their chins and began to tell them a story about three brave little kittens who explored a magical garden full of talking flowers and tasty treats.
As she told the story, Meep's eyes began to droop, imagining themselves as the hero of the tale. Ghost curled up tighter, her mind filled with visions of the twinkling stars in the magical garden. Even Homie, with his love for snacks, found his eyelids given heavier as he pictured the delicious feast the kittens had at the end of their adventure.
By the time the story was over, all three kittens were fast asleep, their little bodies curled up snugly in their beds. Their human caretaker quietly tiptoed out of the room, leaving them to their sweet dreams.
And so, with their minds full of stories and their hearts content, Meep, Ghost, and Homie drifted off into a peaceful slumber, ready for whatever adventure tomorrow might bring. The end.
And
The title: The Leafcutter Ants' Amazing Creation. Deep in the heart of the jungle, where the leaves were as big as the sky and the flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, there lived three leafcutter ants named Homie, Ghost, and Meep. These ants were just any ants. They were the best builders in the entire colony, always coming up with the wildest and most amazing creations.
One sunny morning, Ghost had an idea. What if we build something that's never been built before? Something that everyone in the colony will talk about for years.
Meep, like what? Meep asked, their little ant antennae wiggling with excitement.
Homie, who was busy munching on a tiny piece of leaf, thought for a moment. Hardy har har. What about a giant leaf castle? One where we can have all our leaf feasts.
Ghost's eyes lit up. Yes, a leaf castle with towers and bridges and even a moat.
Ooh, Meep! And we can make it the greenest, leafiest castle ever, Meep added, their tiny voice full of determination.
And so the three ants got to work. Ghost, being the fastest, zoomed around the jungle scouting for the biggest, sturdiest leaves. She found the perfect ones, large and strong, perfect for castle walls.
Meep, with their careful nature, began weaving the leaves together, making sure every piece fit perfectly. They created intricate patterns that made the walls look like they were made of emeralds.
Omi, using his strength, carried the heaviest leaves and stacked them up high, forming towers that reached towards the treetops. Of course, he took a few snacks breaks, munching a bit of leaves, but he always got back to work with a hearty har har.
As the sun began to set, the leaf castle was almost complete. The ants had built tall towers, a winding bridge, and even a little leaf moat that sparkled in the evening light. The entire colony gathered around, their tiny jaws dropping in amazement.
Meep, we did it! Meep cheered, standing proudly next to their masterpiece.
Ghost grinned, her antenna twitching with pride. This is the coolest thing we've ever built.
Omi, looking around the castle they created, couldn't help but smile. Now this is a place where I could really dig in and enjoy a feast.
The ants of the colony celebrated, climbing all over the castle, exploring all its nooks and crannies. The leaf castle became the talk of the jungle, a symbol of what could be achieved when ants like Homie, Ghost, and Meep put their heads and leaves together.
And as the stars began to twinkle overhead, the three ants settled down inside their castle, proud of what they had built and already dreaming of their next big adventure. The end.
And that's a good one.